Fuck! Now I can cuss. Oh, cuss. Welcome to episode 4 of the Conscious Stream. And unfortunately, I'm not doing the little crossover event I wanted to do. I wanted to make the next episode of the Conscious Stream me creating and publishing both podcasts. So it'd have been like, I do the doggone podcast in the Conscious Stream at the same time. And the Conscious Stream is me making that doggone, not that doggone podcast, that doggone stream. See what I've done? That doggone podcast rolls off the tongue a little better, but that doggone stream's a little punnier because of the logo. Welcome to the cutthroat world of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Staying original is hard, and being yourself is even harder right now. With all the memeing, all the meme wars. That's it. We're gonna have a real civil war. It's gonna be all in memes. Nobody's even gonna pull a gun. It's gonna be all fought on Facebook. In caps, all caps. That's how you know. That's that Remington. All caps. Anyway, the reason it's not happening is I've had my medication for the night and I'm drinking my tea, so I'm passing out and I'm trying to get this shit done because I don't want to miss another week. I want to be consistent. I want to be getting the work in. But this isn't happening because I'm having technical issues in here. And I have the Scarlet set up and everything else. I just need to plug shit in. So that's going to be a goal this week. I just took a contract, so I have money to pay for myself again in my travels and take care of my rent with, along with side hustles galore. So I'm going to continue to make the growing, evolving platform about that and how I utilize it to create a lifestyle for myself that I enjoy living, which is kind of right now room to room. I have several, I just have places I can go crash, and I'm paying kind of a rent controlled price for, and I don't need much places I can hide out and work on my eBay inventory and keep my plants alive, so on. And right now I'm gifting trees and stuff, so I have all these plants, spread out amongst friends and family. I'll be eating good for a while once 4 or 5 years go by. But yeah, I'm getting to that point where I'm building abundance in a lot of different ways that aren't immediately a currency, and it feels really good. And that also takes up a lot of my time, and it's kept me from being in the studio setting up 100% the way I want to. Like this past couple weeks, it all really just kind of piled up on me, or else I think I would have got a lot more done. It was like taxes, boom, my cousin's birthday party right behind everything. Then I was getting jobs like crazy all of a sudden. I got a photo job on Friday with a business partner I'm working with on the dog stuff and so on. And yeah, I even missed training this week because I was out for the party. I didn't even make it back in town until the next day anyway. So, sorry, Shay, if you're listening. But that was the issue there was I just kept recording shit, and I'm having some driver issue, and I already know how to fix it, and I've kind of looked into that, but it was causing like these weird blips in the audio, and so I had to go back and listen, and then where my audio is kind of going crazy in my headphones, I'd hear where it like just didn't record whole blocks of audio, so it was just incoherent and not worth posting. So I don't know. I got to this point where I'm just kind of rushing a couple episodes out, and it helps that I'm teaching the class and I have something to regurgitate on that doggone podcast. So it's not all about me, and that's kind of nice. I don't like making it all about me. I'm sure there will be days I will, but not today. And I don't know. It's content I like. I like pets and animals, and a lot of my YouTube algorithms from just leaving the TV on in the kitchen where I work. More so than not, I train the dogs in there. I cook a lot. Make homemade treats and everything. All their food most of the time's homemade. Things with natural ingredients. I go and get and keep in stock myself. A lot of my diet was based on things they can eat so we can share. So I don't know. I just spend a lot of time in there. That's where that TV is. That's what that algorithm catches. That's what I'm doing in there. My fat ass. Anyway, it's all good. I'm getting it fixed. I'm not there yet. I've done a lot of work, and I've gotten a little setup together, and I want to use the double podcast as an opportunity to do a first video and relaunch the Patreon with it, and it's gonna be one tier, one cash value ticket to get in and play over there. Everything's going to be made even more detailed, in depth. I'll show you behind the scenes, yada yada, what anybody else is doing on Patreon anymore, and anything that goes there is gonna go into making podcasts better. Making better content, especially in regards to here, a big thing, and at Cast It 1020, a big thing is going to be about helping others, finding aspiring media junkies like myself especially, but people in general who want to promote, get ahead, what you would use this sort of media for in terms of marketing in general, and building a platform that truly focuses on local and useful, you know what I mean, like productive, and maybe not always, maybe fun as well, because there will be a lot of, I already know some novelty stores and video stores I want to visit, and stuff of that nature, studios, production studios of various kinds, in fact, printing studios. There's a lot of people with a lot of interesting talents that I'd like to learn myself. I'd like to get my hands dirty, and I'm sure, not all of it's going to be for me, and just getting the opportunity to get my hands dirty and try it might be enough. And you never know, I might end up with a lot more than I think right now in my head in my warehouse. And I want to be at a point one day where I can have more people in the homestead, and, we can have more equipment in certain locations and make those locations about honest, fair work, taking care of each other, like little communes and such things. I mean, just in general, not even in one place. I think that's what we should all aspire to do. Not just pick up property and create Airbnbs and blah blah blah, but like genuinely give a shit about agriculture and like the housing market, and doing things in general with the money we make when we redistribute, because that's the biggest thing. They have all these huge media conglomerates that kind of have all the pull and own all the media, and we have the opportunity to take that money through hard work and redistribute it. And I know, I don't like using a lot of social media. I hate Facebook. it all pisses me off anymore. I'm old and grumpy. I want everything off of my lawn that moves, other than my dogs. So I get it, but at the same time, it's like it's a free market, and the irony's not lost on me that taking their money and reinvesting it into real people, and real things, and like, for example, things that aren't fucking Starbucks, things that aren't Target and Walmart, just local shit, local tattoos, local food, like fresh markets. It's to support the local agriculture. Like, if anything ever should make sense, you know. You think some things would be more common sense than they are, and I don't mean to judge, but damn, some of y'all make it hard. It's like, fuck, I see it. I'm not the smartest bulb, not the brightest knife in the shed, you know? It's crazy. It's insanity, by definition. Anyway, I don't know what I'm rambling about at this point. This is why we call it the constant stream. It's just me talking. Yeah. Oh, I was explaining what was going on. Yeah, so everything kind of piled up on me. Taxes, doctor's appointments. I got 2 flu shots. Not 2 flu shots, but I kind of had this fuck it Rambo moment, and I was just like, you want to do both shots at once? The flu and the COVID? And I was like, yeah, get this shit the fuck over with. My dumbass has been sick for a week at first. And then I finally come to, and I'm recording this shit, and nothing works. So, order operations will be plugging in the Scarlett and Behringer's. Then I'm going to figure out how to get OBS and all that running for me, and then go from there. Otherwise, I will come up with some other kinds of means to do video and to live repair laptops. And in between that, I'm working on animations again. My hands are better even. I'm at a point where my health in general is better again. My lungs are kind of shit right now. So I'm not fully working on vocals, but I am about to start working on the next single. I'm about to start recording vocals for that because I have the beat. I've finished the beat. I'm like, this is it. I like this. Had some unique methods of creating it. Cheated a tiny bit with it, but not much to notice or care. Genuinely, it's an original beat in my opinion. I like the way it sounds, and I think once I kind of work some vocal magic, it'll be maybe not the best in the world, but it's definitely improvement on my behalf, and I think it's going to be some good shit. I'm kind of excited to share it and turn it into a video. I'm not sure what to expect of the video, but I'm still doing my little JT verse thing. Everything's going to be universal to my little box of writing and my stories and elements of them. So, I don't know. This should get very interesting, very sloppy and abstract. Best way I'd describe it, and I'm gonna kind of make it my life's work. I like where everything's kind of gone at this point, where it's like, even me, I'm to the point where now I'm surprised what's coming out. I don't know what's next, and it's new at every turn for me, and that's how I really wanted the creation process to end up. That's how I wanted things to feel at some point when I did it right, when I had the abundance. And I'm to that point now where I'm immersed in it. I'm immersed in the literary world I'm creating in my head, and elements of it have bled into my reality, and I get to like live with that and without it being, just schizophrenia. I'm working on actual art. I'm creating the universe to be published in some form or another. And I don't know, it's giving me better direction for some of the shit in my head. So yeah, it ends up being kind of, it's easier to pass off delusion into the stories, if that makes any sense. So I don't know. I like I like where things are going. I like the little world I've created for myself, and it actually has elements in and of itself that are therapeutic to me, that bring me peace in my lonely day to day. So I think I've come up with a unique system for oneself to create and to immerse themselves and to enjoy what they're doing, kind of like method actors do. And I'd like to get to a point where I get more involved with my characters like some people do. I think it's always really respectable when they can go the full costume and carry the personality as well. Um, that's something I aspire to do with some of these characters and live on stage. But I think ultimately it's just me expressing what feels like different personalities, I guess, in my head. Because I know I have personality disorder, well, obviously bipolar disorder, where it's kind of like flipping a switch, Angry me is a different me than happy me or sad me. And I kind of have those three personalities that kind of butt heads. Ultimately is where I'm going with the masks and all the bullshit. And so, yeah, I'm not sure what to even expect of live and what I do with all that. I know the videos, each mask has its own music video idea in my head, and I know which song's which for which mask, and kind of ideas. There will be filler that I'll come up with along the way, but like I have general themes for videos and ideas for them that I'm going to do my best to execute, and then I think I've got 2 short films in me right now. I think this is the year of the short film. So I have 2 in mind, and I want to try to finish them by the end of the year with the new album. And the new album, it's all about revisiting my hometown and revisiting the history of it, introducing new business and old business, and visiting people, and gaining attention and drawing it to the right places I care about, and you know, create an example of what can be done with media, especially social media, and how we can use it, in a evolving and very oversaturated market to draw awareness locally to things that matter, such as animal rescues, right? That makes sense. Or secondhand thrift malls, right? I know everybody's kind of getting in on that where, like, this is the day and age you just post. Like, post anything, post everything, post food. And I think it's stupid when people get upset people are posting. Some people really sit here and watch people just chew fucking food. Who am I to judge? I've watched some fucked up movies, and twice at that, so. You eat a fucking eating ASMR. I just don't have the tolerance or patience for that shit. People do those eating videos and the mouth noises, and unless it's my dog, I'm ready to punch somebody in the face over a mouth noise. I don't know what it is that triggers me. I get irrationally angry. But I don't know. I just don't want to keep, like, I'm going to focus on the plants on Facebook, especially. I'm kind of focusing on the dogs. I'm going to go rebrand the page that I post about, and blog as well, that I post about Kirby and Bertha, and I'm going to make that more about my adventures and to furthering my rescue efforts explicitly. But I also want it to be the main vocal point be my dogs. So, I don't know. Everything's slowly moving forward. Everything's doing its own thing, and I'm always as surprised as you guys as it unfolds, because ultimately I've given myself up to the art, to the chaos. I've allowed it to become what it's meant to be and present it exactly as it is when it's finished. When you just know. And sometimes finished doesn't mean good. It just means you're done with it for now. You might even revisit shit. I have a lot of shit I'm ready to revisit. In fact, I don't know how it's gonna all unfold though. And what I'm learning now is to tackle one thing at a time and get it done and commit myself. Like, for example, making sure tonight on this Monday night, I get 2 quality, content rich, solid podcasts, and I give you guys a good solid explanation of what's going on and why here. And I don't want to make every episode like about the same shit, about what I'm gonna do and blah blah blah, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna get that double cast together so I can relaunch the Patreon, and then I'm gonna start having more videos on the Patreon, and a lot of those videos are gonna be like for the Doggone Podcast, it'll be like me driving to the shelters, cold contacting people, my experience doing some of that stuff. And then those will be the videos, That'll be stuff you can only see on Patreon for now. And some of that stuff will get chopped and screwed, so to speak, and sent to other places. And that's how I'll promote and market everything at the end of the day. I have to do that. It's part of the game. But I do it in an honest, healthy manner. You go to Patreon first. You're paying for that. You get it first. Some of it, you'll be the only ones to get it, period. Pictures, rescues, videos of rescues, blah, blah, blah. Especially when I'm very forward and open with information, the things you can learn from. Those will be mostly on the Patreon, but over time, as material ages, as I create new things, as I have more to give away, I'm going to make things that are, Patreon exclusives available publicly, and not to hurt the feelings of the patronage of the Patreons. Just give people a glimpse of what they could get for their money's worth, So, that's where I'm at right now. Squashing technical difficulties. I'm getting that next episode in order, and in the meantime, I'm going to do, I don't know, something different for the next episode. And I'd like to get some videos to carry over to the Patreon somehow. So I'm going to just create some content in general here soon and have fun with it and stuff. Do stuff like juggle and turn it into promotion somehow. And I don't know. I'm just going to do a lot with both podcasts and try to have clips and cut it all up. And then I'm just going to kind of coast and focus on getting out episodes after that. And I'm going to try to automate the promoting and the marketing. I'm going to try to get people to help me with that. I'm going to try to maybe pay for some advertisements. I don't know what I'll do yet, but it seems more likely I'll have the means to do more soon. I will definitely secure in another year of this shenanigans. And, I don't know, go farther, do more this year, and for sure, just make it interesting. Find some cool shit to do. I don't want it to be all boring and shit, so I don't know. We'll find some good underground concerts, some good underground shit. We'll really showcase underground, but I'm really in my head about making it about local. and setting a president, like presidency, no, setting an example for. I fucked myself up over here trying to be funny with words. My brain be like that. It's ADHD. Now I have to regroup. But yeah, I think 25 to 30 minutes is good for an episode for now, especially when we're in those early stages. I'm figuring it out. We've had some really strong episodes to start in the first place. And I think tonight you really will get something out of that doggone podcast. I think I did a good, strong episode of that. I'm finding my speaking voice. I'm figuring this out. I'm getting better. And I promise to only get better from here. So, if you're listening right now, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk about that double episode podcast again next time. As I finish the new single, I'll slip a clip in it in the next couple episodes. Next episode of this podcast, I'll try to make about something. I'll try to come up with something interesting. But that was the Conscious Stream episode 4. I appreciate everyone who's listening, especially how self-serving and about me it is right this second while I'm trying to recalibrate from previous adventures and start the dawning of our future in art and business together as a artist and audience. I don't know who's listening yet. I don't know who cares, but I know there are people doing so, and as far as I'm concerned, you're the ones I'm talking to. And together we will build this. We'll make something that's for everybody. And I'll try not to kill myself along the way and be cute about it. So, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be me.